How's everybody doing? My name is Kurt Friedrich, and welcome to episode 21 of TNT Stocks. Today's actual date is August 17th, 2025, and the simulated date is September 1st in 2026. Well, we've had another up and down week this past week, a lot to talk about. So let's go ahead and get into the criteria and disclaimer, and then jump into the fun stuff with the portfolio and the graphs. All right, so criteria. We do one video per week. We'll simulate 1 month. I will create videos when available at home, not while traveling on Army Reserve duty or vacations. Any week with a missed video will not be considered a simulated month. Each video will simulate loading $100 to the TNT Stocks account. All stocks bought or sold in the simulation are actual companies with their actual end-of-week closing stock prices. This month, we bought 3 stocks at the price range of $50 to $140. Let us see what $100 per video will look like over time. Disclaimer: these videos are for entertainment purposes only. I am not qualified or certified to give professional investment advice. Day trading has high risks involved. Any gain or loss is at a personal risk. Past performances do not guarantee success in future stock purchases. It is highly recommended that you do your own due diligence when it comes to deciding which stock you will purchase. All right, with all of that out of the way, let's go ahead and jump right into our portfolio. So you see right here, we have some light blue, which represents stocks that we have sold. We have red, which is our top money loser, and green, which is our top money maker. And I also still have this stock separated by, our portfolio is separated by 2 slides because it's gotten so big that or so many line items on it that I can't fit it all into one slide and make it where it's easy to read. But it did shrink in the last video, so the number of line items we had did shrink, but the amount that we purchased did go up. I think in the last video was like $240 per line item, and this month it's $140. When we were first doing these videos, we were buying, one stock at like one line item at 1 share for within $30 to $40. So really got some big purchases going on now, but that's not more reflected on the next slide. So before I'm getting too much ahead of myself, let's talk about this one. So what did we sell this past month? We sold, and I'm not gonna read each individual one. That will really drag this video out. But you see, we did have a few here that did take home some money. MATH and SBLK took home a few cents. CCEC and PSNL combined really was a big hit, almost just over, well, it looks like just under $10, $9.99 on the negative. So that's disappointing. That will reflect a little bit more in one of the graphs later on. But you see there where, still letting some of these older stocks go. Some of the ones that were not performing as well, letting them go. And that's pretty much what is really displayed on this slide was our old buying and selling method. But what you do see here also, SBEV is still our top money loser with a negative $35 if we sold it at closing on Friday. Has improved a little bit over the past week. Also, AGL did come up a little bit. So my little recording emblem is over it, so I can't really see what that is showing. Let me go to my spreadsheet here. AGL at a negative $32, still down 80%. AGL did rally a little bit, so not a whole lot, but a little bit. But anyhow, you see here on this graph, we still got a lot of line items that are deep in the negative, and we're really right now we're just committed to them. It is what it is. It's really kind of hurt some of our other graphs, but we're going to ride that wave because that was our old selling method, buying and selling method. And with our new one, let's let's go ahead and go on the next slide, and you will see here what our new strategy looks like. Um, so pretty much, yeah, on July 18th, that's when I changed my strategy for how I'm purchasing and selling. Since then, we have had a few items did sell. We had another one, CCEC, also took a hit at $6.18. But you see some of the ones here are doing pretty well, like XGN. Um, Looks like what's the one? Still, my recording little uh, ticker timer is covering it. Looks like BTSG is doing pretty well with a $10 gain. And then the ones that were really was curious how we're going to perform over the week. NFG, TBR, well, pretty much the ones that we bought last week on August 8th. You see a couple of those did go in the negative. TBRG doing really good at just under $4.50. Really kind of not surprised they didn't perform as well as that we'd hope, because just the way the market was pretty volatile last week. So Monday, Tuesday really started off strong, and then it really kind of took a dive on Wednesday, Thursday also, and then Friday recovered a little bit. But overall, I think overall everything was kind of a gain. What you see there at the bottom with if we were to sold everything at closing on Friday, we would have an overall loss of $45. But what we bought this week, we bought Nutex Health with one share at $92.91. Vion Limited, 2 shares at $58.10. And Southwest Airlines Company, 4 shares at $31.50. So let's hope that this week coming up that the market does pick back up as opposed to what it was doing last week. And when it does pick back up, let's hope that these last bottom 6 line items, I'll be honest with you, I'm really interested to see what they do. Part of me is nervous, part of me is excited, because they are the dollar amount that's being held in each one of those line items is such a higher amount than what we have been doing, to where those could really, these last from August 8th on, can really make or break our graphs going forward. So with that being said, let's go ahead and dive into our graphs. Let me switch over on my spreadsheet over here with the actual numbers. So you see here our over/under. It did take a dive, but if you remember at the conclusion of our last slide, I said that it was going to be, we were looking at like a negative $90, I think it was, after we removed all the items that we did sell. So really, honestly, this did move up. It just doesn't really reflect, but what I'm trying to capture is just the overall picture here. And the overall says that we've just had 1, 2, 3, 4 months going in the wrong direction, which does set a record for the number of months going in the wrong direction. So that's not good. I don't like to see that, but I do. One of the things about the stock market is it doesn't keep going in one direction forever. So maybe in the next video it'll pop back up in the right direction. But what we're looking at right here, we went from basically $29, negative $29 to negative $46. So yeah, let's hope next month it moves back into the right direction. Our income also did take a dive. So since we were letting some of those poorly performing line items go, by doing that, we did take a dive. We went from negative $11 to negative $20. Again, don't want to see that happen, but especially after the previous video, we had such a massive jump, which was awesome. But this one, we let some of those ones that really performed poorly, that we probably, well, with our new strategy, we would have sold them a long time ago, before they got so bad. So it kind of is what it is. Hate to see it, but again, next month maybe we'll move back into the right direction. Here, our take home, we did bring home a little bit. It was, I think it was, let's see what the actual number. No, that's on another spreadsheet. But basically, just doing a quick math, we went from 55.49 to 56.11, so 62 cents. We brought home 62, a whole whopping 62 cents. But still, we had a little bit of movement here. And really, honestly, now we're at a point now where we got so many line items. I really want to see some movement on this slide every month. So maybe one of those high value line items that we have, high value stocks that we have, we'll sell, and we'll sell big, and this take home will continue to move forward at a move upward in a higher rate. All right, moving on. Here's what we have invested overall. So when you take all of our stocks, what the number of shares that we have at what we purchased them at, we're sitting right now at $1,961. So this stock is, or this slide should always be moving up unless there's been a drastic change. Sometimes you see in the last video it moved downward. Sometimes it will move downward, but when it does move, the next month will kind of correct itself and get it back on track. As you see, if you look at July to September, you see if you drew a line from those two, it pretty much still follows everything that's been going on. But yeah, so here's what we have all total. Right now we have $2,024 in our bucket in our portfolio overall. So if we were to if we were to sell everything that we have, that's what we'd be taking home and putting back into our bank account. But we want this slide to grow. We want the curve as we start to sell some of those that hide, as we get rid of the bad stocks that we have that we should have gotten rid of a long time ago, and start selling some of the stocks that we have that are high, is going to have a high take-home amount. The curve on this one should start going up. It's going to be a little while before we really see that taking effect, but that's what we're looking forward to seeing here. And then, of course, here's basically our spaghetti mess of the combined, looking at our over-under income and take-home all together. And yeah, you see over the period of time, it's really just kind of jumped up and down, crossing over each other. I think that's just kind of fun to see how they've all kind of progressed with each other over the period of time. And then, of course, our invested in total. These two should pretty much parallel with each other going forward throughout all these videos. And then lastly, here's what we see our portfolio as of now when we remove those items that we did sell. You see that it has the overall number of line items that we have here has decreased. But again, from August 8th on, it's really probably holding the bulk of, or definitely a higher percentage of what we have in our portfolio overall. So those are the ones that I really wanted to watch down below to see how they perform. And you also see after we removed the line items that we sold, we went from a negative $45 or $46 to negative $31. So basically, Monday morning, if we sold everything that we had at opening bell, we would be at an overall negative $30.63. But again, that does look like it's perfect. Oh yeah, there was one other thing that I did want to mention with that. So I did do some other number crunching just for the fun of it. So if we take the total of the gain losses from August 18th or July 18th to August 8th, those have been performing well enough to where they are on the positive side of $40. And then I had another, if we were to sell, how did I get this number? 1 second. Sorry, getting a little off track with some of the numbers I crunched there. But basically, we would, with those, we'd be positive $39.54. So our new strategy is working. Hopefully it keeps working that way. and yeah, we start really taking home some big bucks in these videos. So that's all I got for this video. I hope you all did enjoy it. I do enjoy crunching these numbers and seeing how these things are moving up and down. Um, I hope you all get some useful information out of it, and that can help you with your day trading uh, adventures, so to speak. So with that being said, good stock hunting. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, rate, share, all of the above, and we'll see you at the next video. Until then, take it easy.